Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from McFarlane Toys in their DC Multiverse line, we are featuring the Gold Label Collection Impulse. So, if you're a big fan of Bart Allen or any of the Flash family of characters, this is right up your alley. Incredibly popular character, if you're a big fan of like Teen Titans or Young Justice, the character of Impulse probably speaks volumes to you. The Gold Label collection is kind of like the bane of my action figure collecting. 75% of the time, the Gold Label collection represents something I really want. Sometimes it'll be like a classic version of a character, and the thing is that many times the Gold Label stuff is just hard to come by. Like some of I think Walmart had some exclusive Gold Label stuff, and I never found them in the wild. Target sometimes gets Gold Label stuff, but it's usually stuff no one really cares about. So it's always kind of like a hit or miss with me. But Impulse is definitely a character I'm very fond of, and it's, for me, this is really harkens back to my comic book collecting days in the 90s. So for me, it's fun to get Impulse. I love building out that Flash family of characters. So, this more than fits the bill. Beautiful looking figure. You get all the cool, crazy speed effects and Impulse from the Flash War. And then nice, fun illustration from the comic books. My only complaint with this figure is that as awesome as it looks, I kind of wish they captured the essence of Impulse when he was a little bit younger. Even though this is clearly, young adult, maybe late teen Impulse, for me, Impulse, the one that lives in my head, is always the much more youthful, energetic, kid, if you will, much like we see right here. I remember in the 90s when the character just kind of like took off, and it was really cool. It was really refreshing. Teen superheroes, they're always going to be a thing. But during the 90s, man, there were just so many superhero team factions and heroes that were like either debuting or taking prominence on the center stage. And Impulse was one of those characters. It was like the stars were aligned, and, you had the perfect artist and writer on the comic book. And there was just so much attention brought onto Impulse that, I don't know, it's so cool. There's a Total Justice figure from Kenner from the mid-90s that I have. That's one of my favorite DC figures. We have Impulse, the trading card right here, and the display base. And here's the figure. It looks like the speed accessories are ones we might have gotten in the past, with some of the Flash figures. These are kind of cool. You can like strap these around his ankles and wrists to like kind of give him that appearance that he's running really fast, and using the time force or speed force and all sorts of crazy, Flash-like powers. So it's cool that we have Impulse here. If you're a fan of the Titans, there's a small number of figures already, so you can assemble like a Teen Titans team or a Young Justice inspired team. We have Raven, Cyborg, Tim Drake, Impulse. Hopefully in due time we get more teenage superheroes or younger heroes like Spoiler. And here we have Impulse. Great looking figure. If you're a customizer, the body it's perfect and ideal for customizing or kit bashing. Just because, the costume is very bare and plain to begin with. So if you're a customizer, go crazy. There's not a whole lot to cut off or trim from this. This is essentially a bodysuit. So it's a great base for kit bashing. I love the large tinted lenses over his face. The expression, it really captures the enthusiasm of the character. Like I said, even though this is a great action figure, I kind of wish they captured Impulse at a slightly younger age. But nonetheless, this will look great next to your Teen Titans, or your Titans, if you will. You know, you put them next to like Beast Boy, or Raven, or Cyborg. It's really nice that McFarlane, they've given us so many characters in the Flash universe. And Impulse is no exception. Love the head. The head's really nice. The build is just right. You know, when you picture a young adult or a teen, this really fits the build. Has a much more athletic, leaner build. You know, he's not as bulky or bulked out. Here's a Batman figure for, you know, size comparison. Let's get them a little bit level with each other. So, you know, he definitely embodies a smaller, younger frame. The color choice, you know, it's totally Impulse with the white and the red and some of the gold highlights. I love the how his hair just looks really dynamic. And in terms of articulation, you know, someone like him, much like the Flash, it's important that his range of motion is there just so you could get him in the and all the cool running poses. I think that's one of my favorite things about the Flash figures. You know, most of the time they're really they're designed just right so that you could get them in really expressive and dynamic poses. There's the one Flash figure, I can't remember which one it was. It might have been one of the Injustice figures where he was a little bit too bulky. But for the most part, you know, these characters, they want to convey motion and speed, and I think you can really get that here. Because the articulation is nice. You know, the range of motion on this guy is superb. You know, you could capture all sorts of crazy poses. And this will look, man, if you're a Titans fan or a Young Justice fan, you could easily assemble a nice display with the characters they've produced so far. You know, you can have them standing alongside the Justice League, and you know, it's pretty sweet. You know, we're really in a golden era of like superheroes and action figures right now. I mean, man, there's so many options. I mean, not only the stuff that's available today, but just the back catalog of toys that have been produced so far. You know, chances are if there's a character you want, he's probably already been made, or chances are it's, you know, going to come down the pipeline. But this is nice. I love how McFarlane and their Gold Label collection kind of honor the traditional classic looks of the characters. It makes me crazy that some of the Gold Label stuff is hard to find. You know, for me, I think the Gold Label stuff, or for me, the traditional looks should really take precedence over some of the more recent and modern ones. Because I know for like a lot of the older collectors, they kind of lean more towards the iconic evergreen designs. And I kind of think it's maybe the younger fans who are a little bit more biased towards maybe the more modern interpretations. But that's just my opinion. But nonetheless, you're getting an excellent action figure. So, well worth the purchase. If you can find them, you know, pull the trigger. I don't think you'll be disappointed. You know, it's like I said many times, it's great that we're getting a nice figure to the Flash family of characters, and Impulse is definitely, you know, one of the heavy hitters in the Flash family. All right, with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.